Hey, what's going on everybody? Jason here, and welcome back to another Vanguard Zombies video. Today we have the Operator Survival Guide to SHI NO NUMA. This is a brand new article posted on the Call of Duty blog, and I wanted to read through it just to see if there was anything new that they wanted to share with us about SHI NO NUMA for Vanguard Zombies, so I think without further ado, let's go ahead and read. But first things first, we have a brand new image here for SHI NO NUMA. Once again, the logo looks really cool, but then we have this stone face here and the vines. I don't know if this is hinting at some kind of boss fight, or some kind of enemy in the shadows lurking, watching our every move, but either way, this looks really cool. So we're starting things off here with a quote by Gabriel Kraft that says, "That swamp is where the Wahrheit found the artifact of Syraxis," which is very, very interesting lore-wise. Let's go ahead and keep reading. "The end game draws near. There may be some way to stop Von List and his undead army. His bond with Cortifex the Deathless can be broken. According to new intelligence, a certain relic found deep in the Japanese swampland was used by Syraxis the Shadow's enemies to cast her out of her human host. If only her memories hadn't been stolen, she could tell exactly where the relic lies in the so-called Swamp of Death." So this again is a very interesting point for the lore, that the Dark Ether entities can possess humans. As of right now, the entities are in the artifacts that we use for Energy Mine, Frost Blast, things like that, but now we know that these entities can possess humans. And so I can only imagine that the main story quest for SHI NO NUMA is going to be recovering these memories from whoever the human host was that Syraxis possessed. But let's go ahead and keep reading. "But that is up to you and your allies to discover on familiar ground, SHI NO NUMA, and use it to cast Cortifex the Deathless out of Von List." So we're casting Cortifex out of Von List. So I guess Cortifex has just possessed Von List at this point, because the way I understood this story is that when you activate an artifact, you form a bond with that entity. The entity doesn't necessarily possess you. So does that mean bonding with the entity makes you also possessed by that entity? I don't know, that's a little bit unclear to me, but I guess maybe we'll find the answer to that when SHI NO NUMA comes out tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. As part of Mercenaries of Fortune, the 4th season for Call of Duty Vanguard, Zombies fanatics can head back to a reimagined SHI NO NUMA and a classic round-based experience. Your mission? Build the Wunderwaffe, find the relic, and expose the hidden horror of Cortifex's past. And here we have a brand new image of what the map layout is going to be for SHI NO NUMA in Vanguard. Of course, we have the comm room, the storage hut, the doctor's quarters, and the fishing hut, all classic locations. The flogger is going to be right where it was back all those years ago from World at War, and we have a brand new location here called the dig site. So now what's happening in this blog post is that they are going to be going area by area and giving us more details on what's going to be in these areas, starting with the main hut. As far as the main hut goes for SHI NO NUMA, it's basically all of what we know already. You open the door downstairs, you can explore the rooms down there can be a mystery box location there as well, but let's go ahead and read this little interesting nugget of information. Of special note is the MK2 frag grenade wall buy in the upstairs infirmary and the stun mine wall buy in the courtyard. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think those were wall buys in the original SHI NO NUMA, so I think this is kind of interesting. These can be lifesavers when you're getting squeezed by a large undead horde. Add the energy mine artifact into the mix and enemies will have one hell of a time even getting into striking range. And now let's go ahead and move on to the doctor's quarters. It says right here, "A large swamp area separates the main hut from the doctor's quarters, featuring 2 islets along the way, the larger of which houses a monolith that may just hold the key to unlocking Syraxis' memories." So it seems like the doctor's quarters is going to be a very important part of this Easter egg. In front of the doctor's quarters is a power generator for the zipline. Turn it on and a platform will descend from the main hut, knocking over any zombies in its path. Pay 500 essence to ride it back up to the main hut. Open the door to access the doctor's quarters. Here, as in all of the exterior huts, you'll find a randomized perk fountain, a possible mystery box location, and a trap switch. So that's really cool that we're going to have randomized perks in each of the buildings once again, just like classic SHI NO NUMA. And of course, the classic electric trap costs 1000 essence to activate, so that's pretty cool that we're going to be getting those electric traps back in SHI NO NUMA for Vanguard. And now let's go ahead and see what they have to say about the fishing hut. It says right here, accessed via the main hut's outer gate. The fishing hut features some incredibly useful tools to use in your journey for the relic. First, once you open the gate that leads toward the hut, the incredible flogger trap becomes available for use. Activated by a switch on either side of the gate for 750 essence, the flogger smashes all who foolishly attempt to traverse its path, living or undead. Be sure you're on the side you want to be when it starts up. On the way to the fishing hut is the Tome of Rituals. Exchange sacrificial hearts awarded every 3 rounds for improvements to your equipped artifact. This is vital for staying alive in later rounds. So this actually answers a question I had a few days ago about what's going to be happening with the sacrificial hearts in SHI NO NUMA. Well, our answer is right here. It's awarded every 3 rounds. So every 3 rounds we have a chance to get a covenant, and every 3 rounds we have a chance to upgrade our artifact. It also looks like there's going to be a crafting table location in the fishing hut, so that's pretty cool. Moving on to the comm room, it says, outside the main hut's northeast exit lies a narrow wooden pathway leading to the comm room. There is a bit more room to maneuver in this larger hut with a perk fountain and wall by just past the front entrance. There's another mystery box location and electrical trap here as well. It also says right here, an altar of covenants is located along the path that leads to the comm room. So what I find interesting here is that it says an altar of covenants is located here. So there's going to be more than one altar of covenants, which I think is a great thing, because previously under Fong and Terra Maledicta, we only had one location there in the main hub where you could choose whichever portal you wanted to go through. So this is really great that they're going to be having more locations. It also looks like there's going to be a door to open between the comm room and the dig site. So from the comm room, we can access the brand new location. Next up is the storage hut, and it says right here, like the swampland leading to the comm room, the terrain near the northwestern storage hut also offers a route to the northernmost dig site. And what's interesting about the storage hut is that it says right here, inside is a perk fountain, a mystery box location, and a very interesting weapon lying on a workbench beneath a blueprint titled Wunderwaffe DG2. If only there was a way to get it functioning again. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the brand new location for SHI NO NUMA, the dig site. The dig site is where the initial objective points toward, accessible only via the comm room and the storage hut pathways. This large outside area is composed of a central ditch surrounded by an elevated pathway. On this pathway is a crafting table and the coveted pack-a-punch machine. The open space here makes it a great spot to take on a large zombie horde. Just keep in mind the several entry points into the area, including the eastern cliffside walkway. Evade their attacks, bunch them up into a nice long train, and then activate a trap or turn and start blasting. Now moving along in the general strategies area of this article, the general strategies themselves are okay, but what I find is more interesting about this is that it says right here, at round 10, the option to exfil via Rune Gate will be available in the main hut dormitory. So unlike Fong and Terra Maledicta, where the option to exfil started at round 5, the option to exfil is going to be starting at round 10 on SHI NO NUMA. And I assume it's going to be this way for any other round-based maps that are going to be in Vanguard Zombies, because I don't think SHI NO NUMA is going to be the last round-based map in this game. And then over here, they list off a few more strategies for SHI NO NUMA, but again, I find one thing that is particularly interesting. Tip number 2, strange things. There are certainly some strange things amiss in these swamps, like the empty perk fountain in the Flogger courtyard and the rune-covered monolith outside the doctor's quarters. And just what is it that you hope to find in that dig site anyway? So this is definitely a huge hint for what we're supposed to be doing in the main quest. We have an empty perk fountain, which is a very interesting thing. We also have the monolith outside the doctor's quarters that we read about earlier that could be the key to unlocking Syraxis' memories about the relic that we need. And what are we going to be finding in the dig site? That is a very good question. And before I end off today's video, as I was editing this video, Call of Duty posted a brand new look at gameplay for SHI NO NUMA in Vanguard Zombies. It's only 20 seconds long, so let's go ahead and watch it. Nice. Look at that. Oh yeah, that looks cool. Survive round after round of undead mayhem. Wow. Enough is never enough. Well, alright then. This looks cool. I really like this, and this looks like the monolith that the article was talking about here for Syraxis and the memories and what we have to do to get that relic. And here, as you guys can see, we have another look at the Wunderwaffe in Vanguard Zombies, this time without the Pack-a-Punch camo, and it looks really cool. And that's about it for this gameplay showcase, but I am really looking forward to jumping into this map tomorrow. Well, there you have it, everybody. That is the survival guide for SHI NO NUMA in Vanguard Zombies. I am looking forward to jumping into this map and uncovering all of these secrets, and there are some very interesting things detailed in this blog post. But what do you guys think about the information that we got from this blog post, and what do you think about SHI NO NUMA returning to Vanguard Zombies? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Anyways guys, that's it for this video, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like and subscribe if you're a brand new viewer, and check out all the links down below in the description so you stay up to date with everything that I do. And with that said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in this crazy world, and I'll see you guys next time.